Broadcasting live from Urban Cigar Lounge, 601 Main Street here in Daytona Beach, Florida, it's the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Gridiron Gang, it's game time. Let's flip the switch and do this. A very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. It's Bethune-Cookman versus Jackson State week as we get down to the end of the season. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Tuning in from wherever you're tuning in from, make sure you check in on Facebook and YouTube with us. Tell us where you're watching from. And we thank you for watching with us, and we look forward to hearing from you later on in the show during our call-in segment. As always, I'd like to flip it to my co-host, Mr. Ralph Smith. Ralph, how is your week going, and how do you feel?
My week is going great, Mr. Williams, and I appreciate you asking me that. I'm just trying to wait until this weekend.
Definitely trying to wait until.
I mean, I'm just, Jerry asked the question. I'm just wondering, have we peaked and now we're going to roll down the hill or what? I just asked.
The question is, who you asking? Not one of us.
Please, not yet, Ralph. I'll just skip over Larry tonight. Larry, how's it going, man?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Always great to have another night with you guys. And
same, man.
We're nearing the end of the of the football season, and at the same time, my favorite time of the season is high school playoffs, and so they're getting underway, you know. But looking forward to the next game on the slate, the Tigers of Jackson State, and we go into that ball game a little shorthanded, but that's why you play the game.
That's why you play the game,
and it's an early start out there, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, man. 1 o'clock
time.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That's pretty early. So we'll see what the good guys can do from that standpoint. I am issuing a disclaimer early on. I did take my medication before we grade tonight, so you know I'm hopeful that will contain my emotions.
I don't think so because of what I heard. Some intel I got was that you know, last Thursday night, you know. The grading was kind of condemned, but after
we received some apologies.
Yeah,
because we were dead on.
We received some apologies, you know, but I have taken precautions for that because I guess the first thing, and when we get that, is I think we need to put this out there right away. You know, in our grading, we realize these are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. These are not professional athletes. And at the same time, you know, we got to understand that probably what they're doing, they've been coached to do that, you know. So I think that's very important to factor in. Don't want to make it sound like we're caving in on the youngsters here, but it's the optics of what we're seeing,
right,
and how sound or unsound they are that we're really addressing. So I think that needs to be put out there first and foremost.
And I totally, and I know Ralph does echo your sentiments because we talked about it yesterday. You know, not only is it, you know, you got to go out there, you got to play football, you got to, you know, get your schoolwork.
Yep.
But before any of that, there's life.
Yeah.
And we as adults, right? We're struggling with what's going on,
absolutely,
you know, in the world today. Mm-hmm. Think about, you know, like you said, 18, 19, 20-year-olds where, you know, you're having to deal with real life situations, and, you know, a lot of them don't have the support that we had.
Exactly.
No,
yeah.
And that was 50 years ago for me and Ralph, 50 years or more, you know,
right.
So it's a different world. Internet especially, with all the stuff that goes on in the immediacy of information, how it's disseminated and how people respond to it. So there's a lot that goes on there, but we'll try to teach a dynamic of ways, and they find a way to connect with their students. And so the same thing has to happen with coaching. You got to connect with your players, and you got to
Very much so.
evaluate your schemes and understand your investments. So all
Definitely so. Guys, that'll take us right into our SWAC week. We had Prairie View facing Alabama A&M. Final score of that game: Prairie View 48, Alabama A&M 5.
wow.
Yeah,
That's that's a little bit surprising. Not that Prairie View won. It's that.
Where they're down to their third or fourth string quarterback.
Oh, I
yeah,
Alabama
they're
A&M,
they're hurting.
So they're hurting pretty bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
they really are.
So then Texas Southern goes to Alabama State. Final score of that game: Alabama State 42, Texas Southern 24. I don't think any surprises.
That's no
there.
surprise.
Well, early on, Texas Southern
Yeah, they
bowled
were.
their back.
You're right.
You know,
You're
they
right.
did. They came out early, and Alabama State, to their credit, they responded and they got the W. Still don't know the total status on Andrew Body yet. Is he done or they're not, everything?
I think from what I understand, he's done.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've
Well,
heard.
you know, if there's no chance of postseason play, then there's no reason for him to risk it because the kid's got a future doing something in football, possibly getting a shot at maybe a walk-on to an NFL camp.
Right. Definitely. So. Then FAMU goes to Arkansas Pine Bluff. Final score of that game: FAMU 31, Arkansas Pine Bluff 28.
Very exciting football game on both sides. Both teams played pretty well, and FAM is finding their footing right now. You know, they're getting some offense, and again, Christian Peters had a big game. He threw the ball for 333 yards, the quarterback from Pine Bluff. But FAMU made just a few more plays to pull it out. Credit the Rattlers. They're one win away this week from leveling their record, I think, at 500.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Definitely so. Then our Wildcats, as we said, and we'll cover later on, Grambling 31, Bethune-Cookman 23, and we will cover that game in its entirety. Jackson State goes to Mississippi Valley State. Jackson State 42, Mississippi Valley 3. And definitely no surprises there.
No, I guess the sugar high that they were on when they left Daytona, it came down real quick. You know, when Jackson State showed up and they were standing on business. And so it was never any doubt about that football game.
No, never any doubt.
Bethune-Cookman tends to trick everybody.
And we get them fired up, Ralph.
Yeah,
we get them fired
trick 'em.
up.
We trick them.
You can't do bulletin board stuff, bro.
No,
we have not arrived there yet
No.
to do bulletin
No.
board stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No. We're a long ways away from bulletin.
Southern goes to Alcorn State. Final score of that game: Alcorn 35, Southern 17.
homecoming of sorts. Fred McNair goes back to the reservation and tries to get the Jaguars up. I thought that Alcorn would win the football game. I didn't know how it would actually play out, but that score seems about right.
Yeah, it does. It does seem about right for that score.
You know the only thing, I think something else is going on at Southern. How do you go from being predicted to win the West to end up being at the bottom of it?
Got a lot of cooks in the kitchen, Ralph.
Yeah.
Sometimes the food doesn't come out right, okay?
Apparently.
And so you think that's something. Wait till they try to pick a coach. You're talking about difficulty.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of rough.
That's going to be a tough one.
So that wraps up our SWAC week recap. That'll take us right into our Pro First Sports Management SWAC week schedule and rankings. For our first game of the day, as Larry said earlier, our Wildcats go to Jackson State, Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. That is a noon kickoff, Central Standard Time, in Jackson, Mississippi, and it will be 1 p.m. kickoff here in Daytona. That game will be shown on HBCU Go, but we will be there in person to witness that, and we'll talk about that later if you'd like to join us. FAMU goes to Alabama A&M. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff in Huntsville, Alabama on this Saturday. Grambling goes to Alcorn State, 2 p.m. kickoff in Lorman, Mississippi. Arkansas Pine Bluff goes to Prairie View, 2 p.m. kickoff in Prairie View. Texas Southern goes to Southern, 2 p.m. kickoff there in Baton Rouge. And rounding out, Alabama State goes to Mississippi Valley State. That is a 4 p.m. kickoff in Itta Bena, Mississippi.
Good slate of games.
Very good slate of games. Very good slate of games, Larry. That'll take us into our FCS computer rankings. In the SWAC, Jackson State comes in at 41. They were previously 38. Grambling State comes in at 42. They were previously 45. Prairie View comes in at 59. They were previously 64. Our Wildcats come in at 83. We were previously 75. FAMU comes in at 94, previously 99. Texas Southern comes in at 97, previously 95. Alabama A&M comes in at 105, previously 103. Arkansas Pine Bluff comes in at 117. They were previously 108. Alcorn State comes in at 118. They were previously 121. Southern University comes in at 127. They were previously 125. And Mississippi Valley State rounds it out at 129, and they stayed at 129. In the SWAC football standings, in the East, Jackson State comes in at 5-1 in the conference, 7-2 overall. Alabama State comes in 5-1 in conference, 7-2 overall. Bethune-Cookman, our Wildcats, come in at 4-2 in the conference, 5-5 overall. FAMU comes in at 3-2. They are 4-5 overall. Alabama A&M 1-5 in conference, 4-6 overall. And Mississippi Valley comes in 0-5 in conference, 1-8 overall. In the West, Prairie View comes in 5-1 in conference, 7-3 overall. Grambling State comes in at 4-2 in conference, 7-3 overall. Texas Southern comes in at 3-3 in conference, 4-5 overall. Alcorn State comes in at 3-3 conference, 4-6 overall. Arkansas Pine Bluff comes in at 2-4 in conference, 4-6 overall. Rounding it out in the West, Southern comes in 0-6 in conference, 1-9 overall.
My, how the mighty have fallen.
Very much so. Very much so. Just, I mean, this weekend is very important in the SWAC, as every weekend, but you're getting down to the true meat and potatoes of what happens. We still have to win out. You still have a slight chance. But, you know, basically Jackson State and Alabama State are playing for
represent this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Jackson State wins out. If everything goes the way,
If it goes chalk.
right, yeah, then Jackson State will represent the East, and Prairie View will represent the West. So
That's pretty much, you know, where we are, and that, and you know, it looks that way on paper at least. You know, the game shapes up
right.
as being a significant football game to be played because it has such a prolific, the outcome has such a prolific bearing on
Yeah,
the conference.
definitely.
You know, from the
Definitely.
standpoint. But when you peek further under the sheets and pull the layers back, you know, the game has to favor Jackson. And it would have been that way regardless of
What
what
happened
happened in the game Saturday as far as our the fracas that we'll talk about. But I think the other part of it, and not to get ahead of myself with that, Daryl, we've been playing really all year sort of one-handed. You know, we've been playing with an offense, but no earthly idea what's going to happen on defense week to week. And
Play to play.
And that's hard. That's hard to do. from that standpoint. But that's the situation that we find ourselves, unfortunately, in because,
Right.
We have no consistency whatever on that side of the football to know what to expect. So you're going up against one of the strongest team, if not the strongest team in the
Right,
conference.
in the conference, right.
And the game still has some meaning to it. So it would take a Herculean effort for Bethune-Cookman to pull off that victory.
Can you win it? Yes. Will you do everything you need to do? And we'll cover that.
Yeah,
The next thing. But that game was ours Saturday to be had, and we just didn't.
Well, it was the most. We were talking about the November to remember. We didn't say
Right.
it, but it was the most critical game of the stretch.
It was.
Yes.
Okay,
It
was
was.
for obvious reasons, but momentum purposes, and nothing could have befall us in such a manner that it would hurt us the way that
Right.
it did. Not just the loss, but then all of the shenanigans that that
surrounded
surrounded
it.
and the potential of having players suspended for a half a game or whole game or whatever. But we'll cover that as well. It was not the best Saturday for
Right,
Bethune-Cookman.
not at all. Let's go into it right now, guys. Let's go. Our Wildcats go to Eddie Robinson Stadium on this past Saturday. And, we lose 31-23. Coming out, we received the ball first. Coming out, first drive, the tone was set early on that this could be a uh-oh game. With the turnover from, pretty much first snap and, the blitz, the pressure, everything that was coming, our offense has been, when we get the ball, we've been moving the ball down the field. Not only did we turn it over, but we turned it over deep inside their territory. And
to the defense credit, they bowled
they
up.
held.
And we
Kick
held
a
them to
field
three.
goal is
Yeah.
a victory.
That's
It's a mental victory.
Yes,
for you.
absolutely.
Especially where you turn the ball over
Yeah.
at.
The only problem with that, though, after they did that, they did nothing else. They went to sleep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because if you look at that sequence,
Right.
and we was able to hold them to a field goal, you would think, oh, we got it going on. I think we got a good chance of winning this game.
Well, I think what I saw early on, and we'll cover it, what I saw early on from the defense was the defense held taunt for, I won't say a considerable amount of time. They did what we needed to do to allow our offense to put points on the board to get ahead of these guys. And our offense didn't give the defense the opportunity to rest early on because they were sending blitz packages and everything at our offense. And
Well, it's a credit to Grambling because
Yes.
they didn't just send blitz packages. They sent the blitz in the worst way. No quarterback wants the blitz
Up
to
the
come
gut.
in the face.
Yeah.
Right up the middle.
Yeah.
And the last words that we had last week, the three of us, was when you ask our parting words and our thoughts
Mm-hmm.
for the game, we all to a man said we had to execute the quick offense. Okay.
Right.
But that's not what Cam does. You know that, and I know that. Grambling knows that, and now the whole conference knows that. If you bring pressure to him, he's going to flinch.
Right.
He
Right.
won't get the ball out. And so I think I'm saying that because, to really be honest, even since the Southern game when we looked the best, after the break, after the bye, every defense that we've played has attacked us in that way. They brought pressure up the middle, and Cam has not adjusted to it yet. Now, I believe Coach Pimp calls a good game, But if you're not going to execute the offense, if you're going to hold that ball, and they know he's going to hold it,
Can't hold it.
then you're in trouble. You're automatically behind the sticks. He's got to realize that. He has got to realize he's a senior quarterback. He's got to get that ball out of his hands.
You send your guys to go eat, and that's what you tell them. Go get it.
Let
Go get
him.
him. He's going to hold it.
Yeah.
Go get him. And if we can get one man to him, then, hey, you've rattled him.
Well, once you rattle him and they know that, he's going to get frustrated. I guess I'll say it this way. I haven't seen anybody stop our offense yet. We've stopped ourselves.
Right.
But
right.
I've not seen
Just flat
anybody
out,
really
right.
because when you run and execute what Coach Pimp calls, and you get that ball out early to the playmakers, that's how you defeat a rush.
Right.
Because they can't get there. But if you hold it, he's got to know that. He's played enough football through the years to know he can't hold that football.
And Coach Pimp is cerebral about it, because when you come off on the sideline, he's telling you, hey, that guy was open right here, but you got to get it out in time. And we saw, which we'll cover, we saw the change when you had a guy who gets the ball out of his hand quick. You can move the ball down the field, and the blitzing stopped. But when it did come again, you had the quarterback get out of the pocket and give you a chance to, to keep the ball.
But the other part of that, Daryl, is they're bringing pressure on you. You have to defeat the pressure. And a lot of times you defeat the pressure not by making the home run. You hit the
Right.
single, get the ball out, check it down. I
That's
just
it.
believe Cam is trying to make the home run play every single time.
We can't press.
And I've had a conversation with, another dear friend of ours, Jerry Bell, and I've talked about the same thing. If you take what the defense gives you,
Right.
then that's a win for us.
Right.
But if you're trying to play hero ball and make the big plays, you're going to hurt the whole team.
It ain't going to happen.
No.
It ain't going to happen. So as we said, come out, first play from scrimmage. We turn the ball over, hold the Grambling to 3 points.
At that point, I'm already dressed to come to the watch party. I'm going to sit here and watch the first couple of series. And when I saw the ball fumble, I said, oh, boy, you might as well sit down and suffer in misery at the house, okay? No need going out the hooligans and hanging out with the crew.
We leave our offense. We come back out. We leave our offense on the field for a 4th and 1. We don't get the fourth and 1. Give the ball back to them to a and I'm never going to knock a walk on.
No.
Never going to knock a walk on. But I am going to say a 17-year-old guy, and he played like he was a senior.
Well, if you went back,
Benoit,
if you were fortunate enough to get home to watch the last few moments of the Grambling-Jackson game,
You're right.
that kid, after Tuzak gets hurt and Jackson is now leading, that kid on 4th and 9 comes in, and he escapes the blitz to get a first down, which subsequently put them in field goal range to win the game.
Right.
So he had some moxie about him. He didn't cave under pressure.
Flinch,
Not at all.
nothing.
No. So it bodes well for him.
Goes down, hits a 38-yard pass to Andrew Frazier. We switch quarterbacks coming out on the next drive. Exchange the ball back and forth each time. Then we hit Miles Morales to go inside the 10-yard line. We go down and boot a field goal to make the game 10-3. Juan Dominguez knocks it through on a 30-yard field goal. Our defense, as I said earlier, forces another 3 and out. Timmy comes back out, drive the team down the field. And we get in the end zone. The game, we're losing 10.
We're tied up 10-10.
Yeah, 10-10.
Yeah,
Right,
tied up
10-10.
yeah.
10-10.
So the game is being stabilized.
Right. It's been stabilized. It's settling in. The blitz ain't coming so hot anymore. Then we hit, Timmy McClain hits Malik Huggins. 61-yard pass down the field. okay, we're cooking. We're cooking. Grambling takes the lead 24-17. And the way they took the lead was just, as we said, young quarterback, but
Daryl,
if you leave a guy wide
Daryl,
open,
I mean,
good teams make adjustment. Ralph
Yes,
always
yes, sir.
says it.
Yes,
he
sir.
says it all the time when we talk. He says, "Why is someone always running up the middle of our defense in the passing lanes wide open?"
and we got guys looking around.
listen, if the guys at Arkansas Pine Bluff could catch,
Pine Bluff Valley. I mean, Valley kept that game close and dropped balls.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Pine Bluff had 3 receivers in the middle of the field wide open, and they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
We don't guard anybody coming up the middle of the field. We just don't. We don't make any adjustments. Forget about making in-game adjustments. We don't make adjustments from game to game. I mean, because even though that quarterback had a good game against Jackson State, we knew he was really, really untested. We put no pressure on that kid. We put nothing.
Yeah.
We just laid back in that vanilla defense, and he ate us alive.
Well, it seems like, Ralph, to me watching it, whenever a team, when we bring pressure early, whenever we get burned, we back out of that. We become very passive.
Very much so.
And it's very difficult to be a good defense when you're always in a passive mode. You don't want to take chances. No risk it, no biscuit. But you
My
got
man.
to heat him up. He's a freshman.
He's a freshman. You gotta make him make choices.
Make him uncomfortable, move him off his spot, get pressure around him. You don't have to get to him, but just get around him.
Right. And we couldn't do it.
No, we couldn't do that.
No, I mean, because we didn't put any packages together to get that done. We just laid back and let them attack us instead of us attacking them. I thought defenses attacked.
They do. We hit a field goal right before halftime.
To get it to 24-20.
Right, 24-20 go into half. As everybody across the nation knows now what happened coming out of halftime. No, we don't condone any of that. That's, but you gotta protect yourself, and I felt that's what our guys did. Unfortunately, some have to miss some of this game, and some have to miss the whole game.
Right.
But as we're talking about the whole Saturday, the only fight that I care about is between those white lines
That's the only
in
one
those 60 minutes of play.
we went up there to play football.
Yeah, we went to play football.
Not the WWE.
Right. You went to, and it, you win that game, you're still controlling your own destiny. And we lost it.
But I mean, and defensively and offensively, we didn't play very well. But we still only lost that game by 8 points.
With turnovers, with things that,
Our starting quarterback turned the ball over 3 times.
Well, that's why, gentlemen, if you remember last week before we left the airwaves, I posed a question to you two gentlemen regarding leadership. Remember I said that?
Right.
I asked, who do you think is the leader on the offensive side of the football for us? We talked about defense, and we mentioned A.J. Hall and, his voice as a senior, what have you. But on offense, who is it? What I guess I was leading up to in my mind, based on the last 2 games that we had played before going to Grambling, and how our offense was stagnant and sporadic, I felt that game Saturday was a Timmy McClain game. I thought we need to get him out on that field first, to stabilize the game early, to execute whatever Coach Pimp calls, and then sort of bring Cam into the game. Much like he came into the game with South Carolina State.
Right.
So I think he's better suited right now for the way he's playing, coming off the bench and getting them into the game. Maybe we have to go back to what the old ball coach did, Steve Spurrier. He played 2 quarterbacks every play against FSU. He rotated
Right. He
Noah
did.
Brandeis and the Johnson kid out of Gainesville and won.
It won.
Won.
Doug Johnson.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I guess what I'm saying is, if the offense is going to be efficient, you have to run what they call and execute it. If you're turning it over, you're only playing into the hands of the opponent. And they know that they can frustrate us in certain situations,
Definitely.
particularly with Cam holding the football.
Definitely.
Now, somebody's got to be the adult in the room and make that decision, make that look. But I don't know. I mean, we're down to 2 games left, but that's where we are right now. That's my 2 cents as an armchair quarterback.
Right. So we end the game losing 31-23. Guys,
it was hard to watch.
It
really was awfully hard to
was.
watch because we had our opportunities. We really did.
We should have won that game.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
and then, yes, their big back was delivering some blows against you that, gas you. And that's what you expect when 24 was in the game. 24 leaves with arm injury or something of that nature, and the little back
The
comes
Mighty
in.
Mike, the 158-pound guy who was carrying our guys for an extra 5 yards. He weighs 158 pounds.
They had another touchdown in them, and they just took a knee, which was surprising after everything that had happened during the day.
I guess they were trying to clean it up before the press conference and what have you, because it was already a bad optics at that point.
Right.
But the thing that I really liked about that, I didn't like anything about the fight, but the fact that Bethune-Cookman University haven't said a word.
No.
Right.
Haven't said a word.
Right.
And you know what? I think that's the best way to handle that.
Right.
But if you notice, and Grambling is coming out with all kind of statements.
And just like, on the Spaces show and what Jerry said in his article, man, those things happen all the time. I mean,
I'm going to say this, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. Grambling's playing well.
right.
They got a rivalry game that's on national TV. But somebody better keep an eye on Grambling and Southern,
Yes.
because Southern is
they got a lot of pent-up frustration right
That
now.
has a chance to get real
Very.
ugly, and given the propensity for the way Mickey Joseph seems to think and speak, I wouldn't want to be near that, because that's a powder keg waiting to go off.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
That could possibly be a problem.
Very much so.
It could be a problem. I mean, but and Daryl remembers this. I think it was maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
We was up at Grambling. We had just beat Grambling, and members of their football team came to the bus to fight our football players.
We were pushing people back towards the bus,
They
and they were
followed-
still advancing like an
They
army.
followed us to the parking lot.
And really, the only thing that kind of stopped it, the cops pulled up, but it was a group of guys from the city of Grambling that pulled up and was like, Cookman, go to your bus. We got this. And, Grambling football team, what y'all want to do, we can.
Yeah.
So it's that. I mean, that thing that happened on Saturday wasn't anything new with Grambling.
No,
I'm not
it's
quite sure
not.
what's going on with Grambling.
Well, let's just say like that's for Coach Joseph, that's not the first time that there's been violence associated with him. If true or not, that's not the first time. And it has cost him a position.
Yep. A good position.
A very good position, because he was the interim head coach in Nebraska, because of the possibility of violence, So, you just have to be careful with that stuff. I understand getting your guys jacked up and things of that nature, but you also want to play the game clean. You beat us on the field. You did what you needed to beat us on the field, and that should have been just it. Honestly, there's never been a problem with teams walking beside each other.
No.
You know, you don't have to, you know, even if I stepped on your shoe, you know, hey, man, it's a mistake. I didn't mean to, you know.
I think some of that might have had to do with the fact that he had lost to Bethune-Cookman so many times.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I think that was the overreaction in inspiring his team. But that made no sense. And then the press conferences was way over the top.
Our previous,
It's insanity.
our previous conference, I mean, you could walk on the same side of the field and everything and not have that. You know, it was like a family reunion against, you know, but.
And I can think of some heartbreaking victories that we won, particularly at North Carolina Central.
Yeah.
You know, and they lost it.
Right.
The Hail Mary touchdown pass, and afterwards, you know, there was no fighting or anything.
None of that.
You know, none of that. You know.
None of that.
But again, it gets back to leadership. Okay,
Yeah,
somebody's
it
got to
does.
be the adult in the room. Again, not to sound cliche, but that's what coaches are paid for. So I hope I'm wrong about the Bayou Classic, but I tell you, I'm gonna be looking in
Hopefully.
because that has a chance, given the two extremes of the team,
Yes.
that has a chance to become a powder keg.
On the day, Timmy McClain finishes his day up at Grambling. 15 to 18 for 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 throwing, 1 rushing. He also added 27 yards on the ground in a little over 2 quarters of his game action. Malik Huggins led our Cats in receiving with 6 catches, 122 yards, and a touchdown. So, as you guys said, not a bad day for, you know, if you look at individual stats. If you look at the individual stats and what you did, and, you know, the score of the game was not that of just a blowout. You could tell it was mistake. It was mistake riddle. And those guys are finding their way, too. You know, they had just beat Jackson State, you know. So you got to play clean football, you know.
But, you know, the interesting thing to me, though, in that ball game, we only gained 26 yards on the ground.
Yeah. Ralph, the biggest thing is
That's interesting.
we had 0.9 yards per carry. 0.9. And I saw a lot of standing around by gold jerseys that had the higher numbers on them, which tends to be your offensive lineman. Where the line of scrimmage started is where you saw it on run plays. Now, on passing, yeah. But on run plays, they should not be standing there. We should be blocking to the point of attack, getting upfield to the second level, and that's how you move the ball.
Well, I believe if you're going to be a pressure defense and break that many people in the box, it behooves you to have your quick game. You slow that down. The pass should have set the run up. But we
Yes.
got behind so quickly and never could get our footing until we got Tim in the game. But I think early on that rushing yardage would have been different had we executed what Coach Pimp really wanted to do.
Right.
We would have, because we began to make a little yardage on the edge, on the
Yes.
outside. We said we didn't want to play the game in a phone booth.
No,
we
you
wanted
don't
to play
want
it
to
in
play
space.
that. Yeah.
That was the whole thing. Play it in space.
Antoine, go ahead.
It'll
Go
be
ahead,
the
Len.
same way. It'll be
Yeah,
the
the
same way
same
this
way.
week.
It's going to be
Yeah.
the exact
Yeah,
same
because you're
thing.
not running on Grambling. I
No.
mean, on
Oh,
Jackson State
yeah.
inside. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Antoine Watts once again led the Wildcats in tackles with 8 total tackles. Johnny Harris had the second interception of the season. Question was asked, why didn't we run more screens? We did run a couple of screens, but a couple of screens got dangerous.
Yeah.
Because when we were throwing them, you had black jerseys right there where the screen was being thrown. And like I said, for a while, they slowed down on the blitz and kind of played back.
Well, they slowed down once Timmy came in.
Right. because he was rolling out of the
Well,
pocket.
if you get that execution earlier, the same thing would have happened if
Yeah.
you had done that.
Right,
And you could have gotten off some tunnel screens,
Right.
not just traditional screens. Because when you commit that many people, it's feast or famine. If you don't get there, you get burned.
You get burned.
Yep.
So, yeah, our stats on the day for our Wildcats, Bethune-Cookman finished the day with 323 total yards, Grambling 417. Bethune-Cookman 297 passing yards, Grambling State 220. Rushing yards, Bethune-Cookman 26, Grambling State 197.
And a lot of that 197 was because of poor tackling.
Yes, very much
Extremely
so.
poor tackle.
Penalty yards, Bethune-Cookman 7 penalties for 57 yards. Grambling State 10 penalties for 108 yards. Almost 50 yards more than us, and you still it's mistake riddle. First downs, Bethune-Cookman 18, Grambling State 18. Third down conversions, Bethune-Cookman 2 for 11, Grambling State 6 for 14. Fourth down conversions, Bethune-Cookman 0 for 1, Grambling State did not have convert a fourth down conversion or try one. Total time of possession, Bethune-Cookman 27 minutes, 27 seconds. Grambling State 32 minutes, 33 seconds. Final score of that contest, as we said, our Wildcats come up short, 31-23.
But I get the feeling, it appears to me that after the bye week, everything start going downhill. I mean, up to the bye week, our offensive line, I thought, was doing an excellent job.
Well, Ralph, I think you start facing those teams who not only are big up the middle, but they are physical. And we come out, as Larry said, last week, man, if you come out vanilla and just using your talent, you can't use your talent against some of these teams.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
You gotta actually coach it up.
You gotta-
we gotta pick
yeah.
up and move people out of the way, and that's the only way it's gonna work. You got to cover people.
We don't cover anybody. I mean, I don't know. I don't. We'll get into it later.
You run a 4-2-5 for a reason, right? So you got 6 to stop the run, right?
Yeah.
And how many you got to stop the pass?
5.
So how is the guy wide open in the middle of the field, streaking down the middle of the field?
It's two things. The players aren't talking,
That's one.
and the coaches are not coaching.
We saw this same thing against South Carolina State.
And Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, what is there to talk about? If this is your man, that's your man. That's
Right.
what are we talking about? There's not a whole lot to talk about. But if you're peeking in the backfield and you don't know who
You're
your
going
man
to get
is
caught.
or whatever, if you don't know the scheme, well, then that's what you're going to have, bust. And that's what's happening. That's what's been happening to us all year long, and that's going to continue to be the blueprint until we fix that.
Yeah. We got to fix it. I mean, of course, we only got 2 more games left.
Unfortunately, and I understand what we're saying. Last show we said play the best playmakers. They're out on the field.
Then something else is wrong.
Well, you can be an awesome player, but as you just said, if you don't talk and communicate and you get caught looking in the back of the backfield, even being a heck of a player.
But my point is this, though. You also have to take that talent that you have and come up with the scheme that fits that talent.
But
Correct.
that's what great coaches do, Ralph. But if that's those coaches who try to take a square peg and put it in a round hole, they make the talent fit their scheme. That seems to be what's happening with
And
us.
that's what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah, and
That's
that
what
seems
we're
to be
doing.
what's happening
That's
with
what
us.
we're
Right.
doing.
And I think that's the glaring observation that I make with it. you know.
Because
No, very much
the
so.
offensive coaches from the other team don't have to really study us that much because we do the same damn thing week in and week out.
True.
We haven't changed a damn thing. We do the same thing week in, week out. Our setup is the same. Our players react the same way. You could trick them every time.
Yeah, I agree,
So-
Steve. Steve said we're giving up big plays all year.
Oh, well, listen, we are a big play waiting to happen every time. In fact, when I was going to the game, I started closing my eyes on defense and wait for the crowd to react because I know
We're gonna give it up.
It's not so. The only solidified drives that they really had was at the end of the game, and that when they ran the ball up the gut. Otherwise, it was just like,
I mean, it's like this would be a treat to play against Bethune-Cookman's defense if I'm a receiver.
Yeah.
There's somebody, like I said, when you watch the
Just
play,
get open.
But I mean, it looks like somebody standing on the corner hailing a bus or a cab. They're running through the backfield, waving their hand. I'm open. I'm free. And I don't understand. That shouldn't be happening. It's a bust from the very beginning of the play. They're open.
Right.
So something has gone awry with that. In either the way the scheme is set up or how the coaches are teaching the kids to execute it. But
I think it's both.
It is.
I think it's both. I think
It's a
it's both.
combination.
Yeah.
It's a combination. But then off of that, we have no ability to make an adjustment.
No. Nope.
Literally.
All right, guys. You know what time it is?
Oh, no.
Here at Urban Soul, 601 Main Street. Online, we want you to grade with us as we go through this. And you guys want to separate the headsets or keep them in there?
No, I want to grade them separately.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't. I mean, don't take that away from me.
No, I wasn't taking it away.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying, do you want to group them into the
'Cause-
position or do you want to go separately?
See,
I don't think it matters.
It really
myself,
doesn't.
'cause-
It doesn't, Ralph.
Look at the
It
outcome.
really
matters.
The outcome's going to be the same. You're not going to change the game. So what did I say earlier? I'm not just piling on the kids. I know some of that is
Right.
on them in terms of their athletic, adjustments to things that they may see with their eyes. But if your coach is telling you on an out route, you carry that guy so far, if he goes outside, let him go. That's on the headset. That's not on the kid.
Yeah. And after that happens one time, then you got to come back and say, oh, no, we can't.
We can't do that. You make an adjustment.
Yeah.
What did we say? For the Pine Bluff game and the Mississippi Valley game, all those guys did was run the spots.
that's all
That's
they did.
it.
That's all they
That's
did.
all they
On
did.
third time,
That's all
they're
they
going
did.
to the marker every time.
And everybody at the stadium do that. Everybody but our football team.
All right. So we're going to go quarterbacks, players, quarterbacks, the actual quarterbacks, Ralph. And online. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to give the quarterbacks. Is that a quarterback or the quarterbacks?
Quarterbacks. They both of them
right.
played in this game.
All right, so I'm going to give them C-.
Larry?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Keep on thinking about that. Hold on. I'm going to do it this way. All right. Headset for quarterbacks.
B.
All right. Go ahead, Larry. Quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks. A C- is passing. I can't give Cam a C-. He's not gonna ride on Tim to get the C-.
But the only reason I gave him a C- because of Tim.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you got to separate that now. I get the fact you played two quarterbacks, but if they played comparably, yeah, I got. But the one played well, the other one wasn't there. Okay,
I
so
agree.
that's where I am. But if you want to go C-, then for the combined grade.
See, I would give Tim a B+.
Oh, I think Tim's stats verify he a B+. Just look at his stats.
What's the class grade? That's a group grade.
Okay, so we do it on a curve. All right.
So sometimes when I did group projects, if it was a glaring deficiency here,
We can't separate them
Okay.
because they still wear the
okay,
maroon and
all
gold,
right,
both of
all
them.
right,
And you might have to rely on one, going down the stretch. So
I think I would give the headset. I would give Coach Pimp a B in his approach. I think the execution that he got from one of his two quarterbacks was horrendous, and so it factored into the overall grade. But again, I'm going to go on record so we don't have to deal with this next week. We said C minus, but I'm going to say this right now. Moving forward, especially for the Florida Classic. If Cam starts the Florida Classic, we in big trouble. He needs to play, but you need to bring him off the bench rather than be a starter. Because we've seen now for 4 consecutive
Let him
games,
see the game
let
first.
him see it first.
I think he's better once he sees it.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Go all the way back to South Carolina State.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that, but we'll say C minus for the grading for the quarterbacks.
All right, running backs. Ralph, running backs.
C minus.
Headset.
I'm gonna have to give him a C.
All right. Larry, sorry.
I think you have to look at it this way as well. We have a stable of running backs.
Good stable.
But Jerry and I were talking the other night, Jerry Bell and I brought that up, and he brought it up as well. I thought our inside zone running, that was a waste of time. We should have been running outside zone, and I thought the best running back to run the outside zone is Stick.
Number 30.
Number 30, Rashawn Davis. That was his kind of game. But because Kamani is more of a power run inside. But if you're not getting a push, forget the power.
Yeah, you can't run power.
You can't run
And
the
that
power.
question was asked earlier, why were we running up the gut? It was not
No.
there.
Yeah, it wasn't there. It was.
It wasn't there. So again, I thought that we should have attacked that a little bit differently more with the outside zone because we know about Stick. He will make the first guy miss.
He's always.
He has that.
Right.
He has that ability, to make that happen. So again, I think the running backs, based on what we saw, you have to give them a C minus for me.
Larry, as being the professor, there's a question, and
Okay.
I will let you get back to it.
Okay.
The question is, what's the QB average if one gets a B plus and one gets an F?
C minus.
Somebody really is nitpicking me with that, but they're right. They're right, and that's
He's
what
a
I
former player.
But that's why I was trying to say, if we're playing two quarterbacks and they're comparable play, I have no problem grading them equally.
Right.
But in what we saw Saturday, and this is not piling on Cam. Cam, if he's honest, would tell you he stunk up the joint Saturday.
He did.
He really did.
Yes, he did.
And maybe that's a wake-up call for him. But again, that played right into what Grambling wanted to do. They wanted to frustrate him. So, I'm going to stay with what the grade should be, but I'll stay with the C minus from that standpoint. But even if you separate it, if you broke it down, it'd been hard to get Cam to get a passing grade.
And what did you say about back to the running backs?
I said running backs. I gave the running backs a C minus because again, I didn't feel we used the right running back for that situation. I did not. Because running in the middle of the line all day reminded me of Joe Giardino. That was a waste of time running up in there because you weren't getting any movement at all.
None.
So that's a waste of time.
None. You wasn't getting any movement.
Let's go wide receivers, tight ends, Ralph.
Wide receivers, I'm going to give them a B. I should give them a B plus, but
And the tight end had some good catches, and we missed him on one.
We missed him on one. We would have really made some damage.
Yeah.
That's why I say schematically, I had no problem with the wide receivers. They were where they needed to be. We just couldn't
get the ball.
Couldn't get it to them. But the scheme was right to attack them the way we attacked them passing-wise in terms of what Grambling was trying to do to us.
If Cam throws to the tight end on that, I think that was third down instead of just looking to the right over here. The tight end was dragging across the field. If he catches it, he goes.
He walks it. He walks it.
But again, that's part of what I'm saying. I think when Cam is frustrated, he does not go through progressions. He
No,
predetermines
presses.
where he's going to
Yeah.
go with the football.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Automatically, and so that then diminishes the effectiveness of the offense.
It does.
So you got to recognize that. I think you saw how quickly we changed quarterbacks. They knew
Yeah.
right away this is not going the way we wanted it to go. Not just piling on Cam, but it wasn't his day. It just
Right.
wasn't
Right.
from that standpoint. But I thought the receivers, I would give them a B+. I had no problem with them at all. Malik had a great game, as he always does, from that standpoint. So it's unfortunate we didn't get a chance to execute the offense the way it should have been executed.
And did you give us headsets?
I thought Pimp had a great design there with the pass. Again, I'll give him a B+ there, but we couldn't see much of it because early on we didn't get into
we
it.
Didn't get, yeah. Offensive line, Ralph.
D.
Headsets.
D.
Larry.
I'll go with that as well. The yardage that we made, even against Mississippi Valley and Pine Bluff, with the exception of the one run Kamani got against Pine Bluff
Right.
up the middle, we ran outside zone and made yardage. That's where we needed to go Saturday.
Yep.
So, I think we're going to see that moving forward.
Let's go total offense, removing headsets, and then I'll go offense.
C.
Yeah, I'll follow Ralph on that. I'll follow Ralph on the C.
Headsets? Yeah.
I'm going to give him. I thought Pimp had a really good plan, so I'm going to give him a B. I thought he had a really good plan. He just didn't have at the beginning have anybody execute.
I'm going to give him a C+ because I thought he should have made the adjustment with the running back, and we didn't do that.
I can agree with that.
We didn't do that, so that's why I'm going to give him
I can agree.
the C+.
How about headsets, Ralph?
I just gave Pimp. I gave him a B, and Larry gave
I
him
give
a
him
C+.
C+.
Okay. Let's flip sides to the ball. Let's go defensive line,
church.
Ralph.
Let's go to church and pray.
He taking words out of my mouth. I give the defensive line a D. They got to learn how to shed blocks.
Yeah, get off.
I don't care if the guy weighs 10 pounds more than he does. You got to get off those blocks. And they just let them guys push him around. They're not even fighting to get off blocks. They got to get off blocks.
Headset.
Or-
oh, go ahead.
The headset.
No, I'm saying like you were still talking, but I was saying grade the headset.
Yeah,
also.
well, I'm just saying. Well, I'm gonna give the headset. I'm gonna give him a D as well. Because if he's not teaching them how to shed blocks, he should be. Even though we're undersized, that I can't give him that excuse because they're playing Division I football.
I'm going to give them a D as well, but for a slightly different reason. I think we have to get off blocks, but I think that they would have fared better had we not been so passive at the linebacker position.
Yeah.
You got to have run fits. If you're sitting back there waiting to catch all day long, it's going to look like that. But if you got backers coming down in good run support positions, that will limit some of those gashes that they were making on us if we make the tackle. So the D is what you have to give them on what we saw for the grade. And did you ask for headset also on that? Mm-hmm. Easily a D-. Because, I mean, if you're going to sit back all day long, you ought to get hit in the mouth. If you're not going to fight, you ought to get it.
Yeah.
You ought to get beat up.
Let's go linebackers, Ralph.
D.
Headset.
D. D. I'm sorry. D-.
I agree.
I won't say no name, but somebody say don't even grade the
Yeah,
defense.
well, literally. I mean, literally.
That's why we give it a D minus.
That's why I made the disclaimer early on, because I don't know what part is athletic or what part is scheme, but we're separating it in that manner, and there's no way that I can give the headset anything, but a D minus, and I'm being kind. It should be lower than that.
Right.
Because we did not make any adjustment at all, not one. In fact, if anything, from the first series when they bowled their backs, as soon as we got burned that one time, he backed off. He stopped bringing pressure. He didn't blitz anymore. We never went after the quarterback.
I don't think he likes blitzing anyway.
But I think it's a passive approach.
I know that's why I think he don't like blitz because
No.
he's much more comfortable being passive.
It's not that he doesn't like blitzing.
Well, what is
you
it?
don't
Okay,
have
genius, what he likes.
No, it's not genius. You don't blitz because you're scared of, what could happen when you blitz. That's
But it's going to happen. It's going to happen regardless. I
But-
don't think you sit back.
He doesn't, bro.
I hear you, Daryl. I hear you.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that.
I can hear Ms. Bethune
Okay,
saying,
let
"Would
me ask you
please
this.
blitz, please."
If that same person is not making adjustments game after game and you're still seeing guys run down the field, then your answer is there. It's not what somebody doesn't like to do.
Let's get pointed. Let's get pointed with it. How many defensive coaches do we have?
Too many?
I mean, but
Not
in,
enough.
in numbers, and we got at least 5 people over there on the defense.
We got more than 5.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm saying at least.
But-
And nobody can make an adjustment. Nobody can say, even that's Coach Woody's side of the ball. He's the defensive line head coach. Somebody got to be able to say something in the room.
They haven't made any adjustments the last 9 games.
I will say this. It's
And don't tell me Santa Claus is coming for Christmas because I don't want to hear that, okay? I'm talking about right now.
I will say this, and from what we've heard for how many years now,
3.
it's being said, but it's not. Father knows best. And take what you want from that. I'll just
Well,
say.
for me, we just got out of the government shutdown. But if Donald Trump was around, somebody wouldn't be getting paid, okay? He'd have cut the money off. Trust me. I believe that on the defensive side, somebody gonna make some adjustments.
If they were, I will say this, if they were allowed to.
But my point is,
Who's preventing them?
every team that you played the last 4 weeks have gained at least 400 yards on you.
I think the same person who don't like the blitz. So, but we'll leave that
My
there,
Lord have
guys.
mercy.
Let's go. And you did linebackers,
I
right?
did.
Okay,
I
let's
did.
go defensive.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, we'll go straight to special teams.
You can't leave the MIAs out. You got to leave the missing. You got to grade the missing in action. Okay?
We just had Veterans Day, bro.
There's
Got
no
great
way.
missing in action.
There's absolutely no way. I'm going to let you skip that.
No, we got to have a moment of silence right now, Ralph. They're in the triage unit, man. 3rd degree. So, Ralph,
Yeah, like
Larry, I'm going to let you guys do this, but I also reserve the right to hit the mute button.
Yeah. You can hit the mute button. You can get the gong and gong us or whatever you want to do.
I was say,
truth
but
is the
these
truth.
everybody out there can read lips, huh?
Everybody is.
You're going to get this rating, buddy. Come hell or high water, you go get this rating.
All right. So, wow.
MIA. is what they
Someone
are.
said, man, our safeties need to just stand on the goal line and come on and make a
I'm telling you, it's you're not going to deceive these people who are Wildcat followers and watching the game. You know, they see what they see. They're not blind. I mean, literally.
Okay. So, I mean, I can't stop you guys because you guys are grown men. So let's go, Ralph.
Corners,
Defensive backs.
F. F.
Headsets for corners.
I. Incomplete.
Ralph, you can't give an eye, Ralph. We passed the midterm. You have to give eyes before midterm. We're past midterm. You cannot give an eye after the midterm, okay? You got to have justification for the eye. No, this has been going on too long. F and F for me, okay? Both of them, headsets
Okay.
and the corners.
All right, I take my eye away and give him F.
All right, Ralph, let's go safeties.
F. Headset, F.
No doubt about it.
See, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
All right. Overall defense.
F.
Absolutely, yeah.
Headsets too.
F. What else you want to know?
I think you could go right to the screen, and everybody out there listening, including Miss Emma and all of them, you know, that's all you can give them. That's what they earned.
Let me hurry up.
Let me ask this: that same Grambling team at home struggled to score 13 points last
Against-
week
that's right.
against Alabama A&M.
Right.
And they come out against us and look like
Boy.
Super Bowl champs. Man, you can't make it up. You can't make it up.
And the Daytona Beach Hall of Famer walks in right after you finish the Daytona. right after you finish the Grizz. Looking like Papa Rockadaka.
The commissioner.
Yes, sir. Let's go specialties, man. What?
Special teams, I'm going to get special teams a B.
Thank God.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. B. I thought they played well.
Oh, boy. Everyone, we have a special guest
Very
in the
special.
building right
Very
now.
special.
With his stogie.
Number one in Daytona and number one in your heart, Mr. Robert Gould.
Here
Came
in
to check
person.
us out.
Here in person.
Miss Emma said about the defense, no comment. It's bad when Miss Emma has no comment about the defense. I tell you.
The only person we missing now is Black Tony.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
Boy, y'all need to stop.
Golly.
Oh, goodness.
Man, I tell you. That Gould is crazy.
Guys, we're going to have to really get in prayer before the Classic, okay? Because this defense, I don't know. I have no idea. We may have to suit Miss Bethune up for real.
Overall team grade.
Is that defense?
Overall team grade.
D.
Yeah, that was a winnable ball game that we could have won. I'll go D as well.
Should have won that game.
There you
Should have
go.
won the game.
He's out here too. He said, Travis said, boy, y'all grade like Mr. Bernie. If you were in the business building, you know how tough he
Earl Burney didn't play. Earl Burney, and everybody in there knew that. When, they knew Burney was standing on business. That's what it's about.
Good to see you, Travis, man.
Absolutely, homeboy.
glad to
Good
have
to
you
see you.
another week on the
Absolutely.
show, man. Definitely. Guys,
Daytona Beach.
let's flip the script. Oh, yeah, they can hear you cool.
They hear everything you say, dude.
Yeah, they hear everything.
He said, I ain't on air. I'm hot.
Yes, you are. You're on there, man.
You on-
Travis, there's plenty calls for you here, brother, as you already do, bro.
Who did Travis give a B to? Kicking? What's your teams?
Me?
That goal is crazy. Guys, I believe he gave the special teams. Yeah,
Oh.
special teams.
Boy, he scared me there for a sec.
Guys, let's jump into our Jackson State scouting report real quick.
Oh,
So-
Jesus.
We go to Jackson State. They're 7-2, 5-1 in conference play. As far as their stats on the season, Jackson State scores about 35.33 points a game. Their opponents 18.67. Travis said the team. And then he said laugh out loud.
What team?
But don't Goodman Wildcat.
He just messed.
He said, what did he say there about what?
B.
Nah, Travis.
He
just-
gave the team a B.
No, he's still in rules. No,
Travis, we love you, brother.
he's a BCC man. He's being kind. Okay.
He's got to be Miss Emma's grandson.
Total points per game, or excuse me, total points, Jackson State scores 318, their opponents 168. First downs on the season, they have 228 first downs, their opponent 155. Rushing yards on the season, Jackson State averages 268.7 yards a game, their opponents 109.7. Total rushing yards on the season, 2,418 yards. Their opponents, 987. Passing. They've attempted 230 passes on the season, completed 142, 4 interceptions. Their opponents have attempted 266 passes, 159 completions, 5 interceptions. They average 219 yards of passing per game, for a total of 1,971 yards. Their opponents 1,827. Total offense, they ran 638 plays on offense this season. They averaged 6.9 yards per game. They average 487.7 yards per game. Total yards in this season, 4,389, 41 touchdowns. Average penalties. They average 89.44 per game. Total yards on the season, 81 penalties, 805 yards. Their opponents, 66 penalties, 570 yards. Total time of possession. They average 31 minutes, 15 seconds per game. Their opponents, 28 minutes, 26 seconds. On the season, they've held the ball 4 hours, 41 minutes, and their opponents, 4 hours, 15 minutes. Guys, anything stands out at you with those stats?
Well, one of the clear things, and I think it needs to be stated if you're talking about game plan and attack style. The weakness, if there is a noted weakness in Jackson State's defense, it's in the pass defense area. This is a passing game.
Right.
You're wasting your time running into, that rock wall they have front, that defensive front. I think you have to work the edges, and you have to get outside with your playmakers in terms of sharp passes. But you can do some business with them in that secondary with our wide receivers. But it has to be quick shots, run after catch.
I think Jackson's going to try to keep us off balance. They're going to come at us with a power running game. They're going to test our front immediately.
That's what they're going to definitely do
Yeah.
from last year. They're going to run the football.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Inside zone counter power. They're going to force our guys to play up in the box, come up, and Even when we don't come up.
We aren't going to come up. We never come up.
But it doesn't matter if we do or not. It will,
The linebackers should be involved in the run fit game. Now, the key is this. They will utilize their tight end. So
Yes.
somebody's going to pick that tight end up over the middle because they'll make an adjustment to that. But we know we're going to get a heavy dose of their running game. We know that.
Right.
And so that's why if our linebackers are sitting, 5-7 yards back, that is not going to work.
No.
That's not going to work. But offensively, we can score on them with the proper approach to being able to attack them and getting enough time to get the ball out. But again, the ball, you cannot be in 2nd and 10 and 12 and 13. You got to make something on 1st and 10 to keep that defense honest.
I think we could score against anyone. I think Coach Pimp come up with a good plan. We just got to get somebody to execute.
Well, again, like I said,
I don't know, but
The one thing that you have to do for them, and definitely, they don't want to allow us to get them one-dimensional. If you get them one-dimensional, then you can own the game. Get them into mistakes, turnovers. Yes, they are playing a backup quarterback, but he has been good over the last few weeks. So. They're vulnerable. They're very vulnerable, but you can't allow them to get in your hand, and they know how to win. They definitely know how to win.
I don't see them risking a whole lot. They're going to run the football,
Right.
a heavy dose of it,
That's what
and
they're gonna do.
and wear us down. That's what they're going to do.
and we have proven, with the 4-2, we can't stop anybody from running. We can't stop anybody.
Right.
The safeties don't come down and get involved and trying to stop the run because they're playing 15, 20 yards back. I don't know why they went back there, but that's where they are. So, I don't know. I mean, Mississippi Valley got over 400, almost 500 yards against us, and I think they barely got 100 against Jackson State. So, there you go.
Guys, that'll take us right into our Alpha 1 staffing. Bethune-Cookman versus Jackson State game plan. Guys, Ralph, we'll start with you. I know you covered it a little bit. What do we got to do to beat these guys?
We got to play football. I mean, and we got to talk and we got to believe because we can't go out there thinking that we can't. We got to go out there thinking that we can. We got to play as a team. And our coaches got to put us in the right scheme to be competitive.
There's been teams who've given us the recipe to win this game.
Of course.
Yeah. Larry?
Well, to me, I think this is like a money game to me.
Yes.
I go out with my starters, but if it gets sideways,
Take 'em out.
I got to get them out. I'd like to see Amari get some play at quarterback. He's a big kid who can run around, protect himself, etc. But at all costs, I need to keep Timmy healthy. I got to keep Timmy healthy for the Florida Classic. I'm not giving up the game, but I'm looking for the game of the season, and that really bodes well for us if we can keep a healthy Timmy McClain ready to start that game for us. So that's purely and simply. Again, I talked about the passing. We can make yardage with them, throwing the football, and I think that would be the best approach to that. Running it, if it's not outside zone or if it's not, quick stuff to get to the outside, then you're wasting your time running it up inside because we're not going to be able to move that that defensive front that they have. We're not going to be able to do that. So why waste your time running into that dark hole? Take your chances with your athletes on the edges and throwing that football. I think we can stay in the game a good way using that scheme. Also, we're going to need some help. We're going to have to get 3 or 4 turnovers. Jackson State's going to have to help us out a little bit to stay in this game. But personally to me, all that sitting back, I'd rather put my cornerbacks on an island and commit everybody else to stopping that run. I really do. because when you sit back, they're gonna score anyway.
I mean, why wouldn't you do that though? I mean, what you got to lose? What you got to lose? Cornerbacks get beat when you're not attacking. So I would say agree with Larry. Put them on an island and let's stop the run.
That needs to be it. That's what this team does well.
They
bludgeon FAMU to death
Right,
running it.
right.
They're going to do the same thing to us. That's their approach. That's what they're going to do.
That's what I'm saying. Put the cornerbacks on an island. Let's attack the run.
That's exactly what I'd say. That's what I would do. You know.
Guys, my game plan for winning, especially on the offensive side of the ball, establish a balanced run, pass attack. Don't rely solely on one thing. Mix it up a little bit. Try to keep them off balance, and you stay balanced in your attack. And sustain drives. Sustain drives because you got to keep the football out of their offensive hand.
No question about it.
You got to keep that football out of their hand.
And it goes without saying, you got to be clean. You can't have any turnovers on our part.
Right. Set up play action. Look for high percentage completions, guys, down the field. Get that man open. If you have to go sit down at the sticks, sit down at the sticks.
That's what I'm saying. This is a possession game.
Yes, it is.
Move
yes,
the
it is.
football down the field, making first and 10s. Doesn't have to be home runs. Just keep the football. Play defense with your offense.
Right. Time possession, tempo management. Don't go fast. You don't have to go fast, but keep a steady tempo. Keep a steady tempo.
I think you got to put some tempo in it.
Yeah. Steady tempo so, we know to get the ball out.
Yeah, we
quick.
want, even with the tempo, but the tempo doesn't have to be home run. Don't go up top.
Yeah, right.
No.
Work underneath. Now, if they give you that look as they creep up, then maybe you would go over the top and take a shot. But early on, work what they give you. Take what they're offering you.
Well, hopefully they're going to come in there and taking us extremely lightly because they figure they already got the game won. But I just think if we go in there and play some hard-nosed football, instead of getting punch.
Right.
Well, I think that they're coming in there to make a statement. They want to put a 50 spot on us.
Yeah.
I really believe that. Don't think they don't. Those people out there have a great disdain for Florida schools.
Oh, yeah.
They hate FAM more than they hate us, but they're not in love with us either.
Part of it, too, is not bringing the band. Why that matters, who
I don't
cares? Let's play football. We got to be efficient in the red zone and on third downs. Had we converted some third downs last weekend, that's a totally different
We'd have
ball
won the game.
Totally different. We go to hand it off, we pull it, and they go outside, and we fumble the ball. We recover it, but it was 3rd and 2
You got to be
at
clean,
that point.
Daryl.
Right.
You gotta
4th
be
and
good.
1, actually. Let's exploit the mismatches. Let's have creative plays on offense. We've seen that. We've seen that playbook. It's time to bring that back.
Well, the other thing is your formations will lessen the box.
Right.
Spread
It will.
them out.
Yes.
You use your backs out of the backfield. Make certain that you get them in space. Make Jackson have to come up and tackle one-on-one. That's what. But lining up tight to deal with these guys like you're playing it in a phone booth, that's not going to work.
Nah.
Guys, if we remember back to last year and going over to the defensive side of the ball, if we remember last year, we jump out on these guys last year. And then the second half, they come back and they gas us down the field. It wasn't passing. And, they ran it. They ran the ball, on us. We got to stop the run early. We got to show them we can stop the run. We got to show them that we can make the adjustments early that, hey, if you run here, we're going to shut that down. If you run it here, we're going to shut that down.
Well, before you show them, would you show me?
I mean,
before you show them.
Because I haven't seen that in 2 years.
Would you show me?
I have not seen that.
If you do that, I'll be happy.
Guys, there was glimpses of that in games this year. You didn't maintain it. Even this past weekend. There was glimpses of that. You just have to keep it going and not lose your moxie getting in there. It's going to be games where your offense is not on point. So the defense has to save the offense and vice versa. Apply it. You got 2 more games left. Throw it all out.
Listen, you're saying that we're going to do something that we haven't did all year.
That's not true. We have done it.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Ralph, you have done it because you've won games to do it. You've
Only-
done it.
Look,
Oh boy.
You've done it, bro. Like you
against the weak sisters.
it doesn't matter. You've done it. So, you got to do it again. It doesn't matter if who it's against. Scheme your game plan. Are you getting paid?
Look,
Are you getting paid?
they shouldn't be.
Right. But no, I said, are they getting paid? Do your job. Do your job.
Listen,
Oh boy.
listen. I'm not saying that we cannot do it. I'm just saying we haven't showed a propensity to do it.
Then, okay, this is
That's
what
all
I
I'm
want to
saying.
do. Defensive side of the ball and offensive side of the ball. I'm speaking to you now. Coming to you from Wildcat Nation. I need you to make a believer out of Ralph and Larry
And Larry.
and the entire Wildcat Nation.
We waiting.
And Miss Bethune too.
Hey, Larry, I'm just asking for a friend.
You're getting paid to do it. We know you can do it, and we want you to do it. Just please do it. Please. That's all I got to say.
Boy.
And it shall be done.
Oh man.
Where's the holy water?
Rub the oil. Hey, kitchen, can we borrow some grease from back there?
Boy.
Hey, man, just, on special teams, we got to maintain on special teams. Play field position with these guys. You got to play your best game. You're playing the best team in this conference right now.
I'm not really worried about but one phase of this football team. I mean,
Special teams.
special team is fine.
Right.
Offense, I think we're fine. The one that I really am worried about, and we all are worried about, what will we get, if anything, on defense?
Right.
That's where we are.
I'm not worried about
and I'm not worried about offense. I'm not worried about special teams. I think we'll punt it well. We'll kick it well. I think all of that. I think we have a chance to do some damage in the return game. So if that other element, if that defensive element gives us anything, it allows us to be in the football game. From that standpoint. But again, it's a reach. It's doable, but it's
you haven't seen it yet, so
we
and you haven't seen it against teams that you could have
the upper
easily
echelon,
done it against,
even
and
upper echelon, right.
now you're playing against the SWAC champions. Yeah,
Because you remember how we started against Bama State. We came out to shoot right away. Boom, big time. Scored. What happened? Bama State came right down the field,
71
scored
yards.
every other possession the first half.
Yeah.
Never.
Did they even punt?
Not. I know they didn't punt the first half. I don't know whether they punted the second. I can't remember that far back. But they scored on 4 consecutive possessions in the first half. So it needs to happen if it's going to happen. Saturday's a great time to see it, but it's an uphill battle to say the least because we've not seen that kind of effort on that side of the football.
Nope.
Definitely have not seen that effort. Yeah, guys, we'll hear a word from our sponsor, and then we'll come back and we'll have a special interview coming up here shortly. You're listening to the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show live from Urban Soul here in Daytona Beach, Florida.
As we begin to reconsider how and where we want to work, Alpha One Staffing is here to help companies bridge the talent gap.
I really struggled to find a second career on my own after my retirement.
It's been hard for us to find the right candidates who will push our team and business to the next level.
Then I heard about Alpha One Staffing.
Then I heard about Alpha One Staffing.
Then I heard about Alpha One Staffing.
Alpha One Staffing partnered with our HR team to help us understand exactly how to navigate this new digital world, even recommending strategies for recruitment and employee development.
I needed a job that would support my needs and lifestyle while also challenging me. Alpha One Staffing was completely transparent and knowledgeable about the process and provided me with the tools to feel more confident and prepared. I couldn't wait to start my new career.
We partner with our clients and assess their needs. We are the matchmakers, and our goal is to provide each client with the candidates that make a difference within their organization.
Alpha One Staffing understood that we needed a candidate with digital marketing experience in our industry, someone with an innovative mindset who could help expand our social media presence. Now, we couldn't be happier with our presence online and the impact that we are making globally.
Alpha One Staffing presented us with incredible, highly qualified, and dedicated candidates. We will definitely be using Alpha One Staffing for our next hire.
I was hired permanently after 6 months. This wouldn't have happened without Alpha One Staffing helping me get my foot in the door. If you're looking for work, I highly recommend Alpha One Staffing.
If you're a job seeker or an employer, go to alpha1staffing.com and send us your resume or tell us about your hiring needs today.
We're back here on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Thank our sponsor, Alpha One, for that great video. If you're looking for employment in this tough world, go and see Alpha One Staffing. They had a big staffing event today down in Miami down there. So go check them out, alphaonestaffing.com. So guys, yeah, going to Jackson on this Saturday. We'll be taking a bus from Daytona. If you're interested in riding with us, we'd love to have you join us. Go to www.letsgowildcats.org and book your trip today to join us on that bus trip.
What time will you get in, Daryl?
We're going to be leaving Daytona about 10:30 tomorrow night. Planning to get into Jackson about 8 a.m.
Okay.
Saturday morning. The game's at noon, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Have breakfast and then head to the stadium, and then we're going to stay over after the game.
After the game? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
there,
Come back
yeah.
Sunday, huh?
Yeah, come back Sunday morning. Strike out about 9 a.m. Sunday morning, heading back. So, yeah. Yeah. We got to go as reinforcements this time.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Miss Emma's that secret weapon, boy. You try anything, she's getting you with that nail. Love you, Miss Emma.
Yeah, Ralph. The last time Ralph was the secret weapon when he went. You know, Ralph was holding them off. He was holding them off in the stands.
He was.
I was doing my best.
Wasn't that the game? The guy had something. You spilled something, Ralph?
Yeah, he spilled hot sauce all over.
Right
my
over at the beginning of the game. It was
I
like
just
crazy.
bought those tennis shoes.
It bought the hot sauce. I'm like, wow.
Just splashed
man.
over everybody.
Oh, I
He had
tell
a
you,
giant
man.
plate of gizzards.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he did.
I love
He
giant
did.
plate of gizzards.
It was-
Yeah.
It was
And
crazy.
he must have had a half a bottle of hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
He had it in his pocket, and he was
And he was a little tipsy.
Oh, boy.
yeah. He was more worried about the bottle busting than Ralph's shoe. Who
my
does
goodness.
that, man?
Boy,
I tell you.
the stories you guys have.
Oh yeah, they are crazy, man.
But Jackson is special.
Yeah,
I mean, that
It
stadium pretty much sits right in the middle of a
Yes,
neighborhood.
indeed, it does.
Yeah.
And that was the state stadium for Mississippi.
Yeah,
Mississippi State, University of Mississippi, all of them played in that stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
you
and,
gotta have
then
at least at least 3 sets of eyes.
when they left, they gave the stadium to Jackson.
I pushed. Jerry said he and his family are sitting on the front of the bus. He just don't know. I'm putting Miss Ruthie on the front of the bus too.
Jerry Bell.
Jerry say he and his family, they sitting up front.
Yeah, we're gonna change the seating up a little bit.
Oh my Lord, here we go.
Why don't you let Jerry have a temporary seat back in the ghetto though? Just a temporary seat.
Now, Ralph.
We wouldn't get out of Daytona without it.
Now, Ralph, you got to keep it clean.
Just a temporary seat. Maybe from maybe the Daytona and Almond Beach.
Right. Oh Oh, man.
Well, that means Jerry and those can probably take in the Mainland game tomorrow night before y'all get out of here.
Yeah, definitely.
What time that game starts? 7?
7 o'clock at the stadium. Got 3 good teams playing this. Well, you know, our Mainland, DeLand's home, New Smyrna's actually hosting Lake Wales. That's a surprise, you know, because Lake Wales is pretty well thought of in that classification. But New Smyrna is the home team down at the airport stadium in New Smyrna.
But I haven't heard anything for New Smyrna this whole season. Though. Are they pretty decent there?
They're not bad. They're they're I think they're like a 6th seed of the 8 teams in the region.
Right.
But they're not bad. They're on the younger side, but they got some playmakers down there.
Guys, I want to take this time to bring in someone who is very special to us and Wildcat Nation. And just want to hear from this young man and talk to him about his decision to come to Bethune-Cookman and how the season's going for him. At this time, I'd like to bring to the stage my man, Mr. Isaiah Washburn. How's it going, big guy?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Great to have you here, man.
Yes, sir.
Looking good over there, big guy. No Diddy.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So Isaiah, man, you were at Mercer a few years ago, and you make the decision to come to Bethune-Cookman. What went into that decision making for you?
Oh yeah, so I was at Mercer, for 3 seasons. And so in my 3rd season, I decided I thought it was best for myself and my career to redshirt. Just with the situation, it wasn't. I think it's a good fit just for me personally. I think when I ended up hopping in the portal, there was always a lot of love from Coach Woody, and I still to this day, can't express the appreciation I have for that. I've definitely enjoyed my time here. Like I said, I've been here since January. So it's been able to bond with the guys, just kind of make a bunch of different experiences. Obviously, it's close to home as well, so I've definitely enjoyed my experience here. So I'm definitely loving being a Wildcat. So
Gotcha. You say it's close to
yes, sir.
home. Where are you from, Isaiah?
Yeah, so I tell a lot of people I'm from Tampa. It's really close to the Clearwater. It's a small town called Tarpon Springs. Um,
Oh
yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that, but
Oh,
that's
yeah,
actually where I'm
yes, we
from.
are.
That's where the sponges
Okay.
come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a sponger for my freshman year. That's after that I transferred to Calvary, Calvary Christian. We weren't too good over at Tarpon at the time, but I know they're doing pretty well now. So
Right on, Isaiah. So, how's the season going for you, Isaiah?
Um, it's been well. I think it's always room for improvement for for everybody. But I think there's definitely a lot of steps forward in our progress have been made. Um, so I think it's not over yet. I think we're gonna have a chance if we keep on fighting, keep crawling, just like we've been doing all year. But I definitely think we've had a good season so far, but we definitely have more to accomplish. So um, I definitely say that.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so in our comment section, and we'll get back and I'll let these guys talk to you. In our comment section, man, there's 2 guys who like your meals covered, the next time they're back in Daytona. One's in Georgia and one's in Orlando. But you got 2 free meals covered to you, courtesy of them. So we'll make sure you get that stuff.
Yes,
Ralph?
thank you so much. I definitely
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
for that.
Yes, sir. Ralph, you got
Well,
questions?
sir, we're absolutely glad you came back home, and we love to have you, and we definitely love having you as a Wildcat.
Yes,
So
sir.
I hope
Thank you
you
so
have
much.
a really good last 2 games and come back. And don't
Yes,
forget
sir.
the 2 meals these guys offering you.
I won't
Take 'em
forget
up
about
on
that.
it. Yeah, we'll find the best restaurant for him to take you to. Larry?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Isaiah, I've enjoyed watching you this year. Your presence at that defensive end, hybrid defensive end, position there, and you got good leverage out there. You certainly bring pressure, and you play with a lot of intensity. Glad you made the decision. Mercer's been good to us. We've got a few players through the years from Mercer.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Robinson.
Jimmy Robinson, who's Player of the Year, Suncom at Mercer a few years ago. So we're happy to have you here, and happy that you're adjusting well. I know we got, like you said, the rest of the season coming up. The big one is tomorrow, and a bigger one than that is the following week. So best of luck to you, and hopefully you'll come back for that last year and be a leader on this team for us next year.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Yes, sir.
Man, we got you got any paraphernalia or merchandise out there on Influence or anything? Because we got a lot of people asking for the number 11 jersey and merchandise from Isaiah Washburn for reasons we know why that we will not talk about on the show. But do you have a influencer NIL deal or anything?
Yeah, so I do have an influxer, and I've
Oh, I'm
actually
sorry.
reached
Yeah,
out to them, and I've also went to OSAS. I reached out to them personally. Also went to OSAS and reached out about it. I know I have the Incray jersey in there, so I've been trying to get that process, fixed up first. So hopefully, get that done before we leave Friday. But if not, I'll get to it, next week. I know we got this game coming up. But
definitely.
I definitely am in the process of, getting that fixed. So.
Definitely. Be on the lookout
Yes, sir.
for it, Wildcat fans. It's on the way. It's on the way, and I know the 1923 Society is working on some stuff, too.
Well, I certainly like to buy one of those jerseys. I'm telling you right now. You're one of my size.
Give me an 11.
That's right. He plays the game the right way.
Right. So, Isaiah, man, will we – and I know you might change numbers. We have the transfer portal and all that stuff, so – will we see Isaiah Washburn back in a Wildcat jersey next season?
Yes, that's definitely the plan. I guess I've definitely enjoyed my time here. I've had nothing but friendly greetings from everybody coming in, from Coach Woody all the way down. So, I definitely say yes. I love being a Wildcat. So, looking forward to continuing this.
We'll make that happen.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll make
Yes,
that
sir.
happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Isaiah, man, you got all of Wildcat Nation watching right now. I was on another show, the Av, the other night, and there's plenty of people who were, asking for your Cash App and all kind of stuff. So around the maroon and gold fan base, man, you are a huge name out there. All of them are watching right now. What do you have to say to Wildcat Nation from the desk of Isaiah Washburn?
First of all, Hail Wildcats, and I love everybody that supports our program. You guys definitely mean. You guys are definitely more highly appreciated than sometimes it may seem. Nothing goes unnoticed. So I definitely say thank you Wildcat Nation for everything that you do. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed. So we're definitely very appreciative for all of you guys. So and thank you again.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man, and
No.
keep on being the best person that you can be. We'll be there to see you on Saturday. We're bringing a bus up, and can't wait to see you ready to go on this Saturday at the appropriate time. We'll put that out there. At the appropriate time, we'll be ready to see you go. Any last words, Isaiah, before we let you go and get prepared for the trip tomorrow?
Nothing much other than thank you guys again for having me. I definitely love being able to speak with all you guys. It's always great to be able to do that. So I'm just very appreciative that you guys allow me to come on here. So thank you guys again. Hail Wildcat.
Hail Wildcats, man. Thanks for taking the time
Yes,
out,
sir.
Isaiah, and we'll talk soon.
Good luck.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
All right, blessings.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank
well.
you. Isaiah Washburn, man. Great to have Isaiah on the show, man. I thank him for coming on tonight and just speaking to us in Wildcat Nation. I know a lot of our fans wanted to hear from him, and as Jerry said, thank you for being a good teammate.
Yes, sir. He is that. Absolutely.
Thank you for being a friend
That's
down the
right.
road and back again.
That's right.
So, man, these guys love the program, and as we said earlier, you know, there's a lot of things these guys have to go through day in and day out that has nothing to do with football. It has nothing to do with school. It's just pure D life. Pure D life, and you know, when you interrupt that pattern and it's already hard enough, then you might have woken up a beast.
Yeah.
I think so.
So
I think so.
You might have woken up a beast.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
He really is a good football player.
He
too.
is.
Really
He is.
He's done a great job all year, actually.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Got a high energy motor.
Humble. You know, ain't a killer, but don't.
I
push
know he
it.
was a Florida guy though. I could tell.
How did you know?
Ralph said I knew
There's some other people who know too now.
Ralph said.
Like I said, I knew.
Guys, that'll take us right into our live call-in segment. 386-287-1226. 287-1226. These guys are a hoot, man. If you miss out on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show, you're missing a treat. And it's nothing like being here in person and, you know. You just miss a treat, guys. And it's only just beginning because next week is going to be bonkers.
That's the culminating event right there.
Next week is just going to be bonkers, man.
Yes, it is.
So 386-287-1226. 386-287-1226. And I got to ask my co-hosts because, you know, they're important to me. But if I see one number, actually two numbers come across because we're men of our word, right? What did we say? Do we answer it? There's going to be one that comes in from Louisiana probably.
And one from Duval.
No, and there's going to be one from Daytona.
Yeah, there's going to be one from Daytona. Yep.
Okay. Let's get with it. There's the one from Louisiana.
Chuck, I have to say this disclaimer before we get to it, man. We love you, but only because my co-host said yes. Did we unblock your number? So you can call in. How's it going tonight, Chuck?
How's it going, you all? I'm calling, and I would call it an apology. That's things I said on that video. I should not have said, and I know Mr. Wesley and Mr. Smith would love to, and my folks would have given me a great behind whipping because even they were. I'm gonna tell you something. The fans there, the older supporters of
Most
Grambling,
definitely.
they were real put out with what was going on because it was like their grandchildren on the field. They didn't care if
Right.
it was Grambling, Bethune-Cookman. They didn't like it one bit.
Right,
And what happened?
right.
We were sitting there, and my father was going to the restroom, and
Really?
my mother was still sitting there, and what happened? I heard one lady one elderly lady said, "Oh no, please don't! Oh no!" And because there was one lady that was there at the game. She was at the top. They have there for the handicapped, sit in a wheelchair. She was a long-time employee at the Graham, former professor. She worked in various capacities. This lady's over 100 years old. There she is, Ms. Thelma Williams. There witnessing all of this. And I said, that's not. And I look at that. I think about it. This is not what Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune and
No, not at all.
And Mr. Charles P. Adams. They did not envision that kind of stuff to go on.
No.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
so true.
definitely.
That is so
definitely.
true.
That's so true, man. And I hate that you had to witness that in person, and you know we were witnessing it on TV, and you know we were at the watch party, and it was just like there was loud yells over the part of the restaurant we were in, and I know it was very touching to like Miss Emma and persons like that because
and Miss Emma would have gotten me too. I was from her too because and I would have got it from everyone because even the Grambling faithful, they were real put out with And you know what? I went by the support facility. See, I know the head coach, Mickey Joseph.
Right.
You know what happened? Like when I went by there, I got a facility, and the guy told me, one of the coaches said, yeah, man. And I ran to Jason Rollins, defense coordinator. He and I knew we knew each other from McNeese.
Okay.
And I hadn't seen him since 1998. We laid eyes on each other, but it was great to see him. And what happened, they were saying that, they wanted the facility, but what happened, we got in the facility, the coach said, yeah, just be here in the waiting area right there by Coach Joseph's office, and I waited for him. He said he walk in, he'd be glad to see him when he came to the door and said, hey, Chuck, how's it going? And what happened, it was great to see him, it happened because the press room was on the second floor.
Right.
And you know what happened, I didn't realize what had just occurred in the press conference. When I got home, I watched Candlewood TV, that's CBS affiliate here in Monroe, Louisiana. I was seeing where it just said, oh, gosh.
Crawl under a rock, huh?
And the Grambling alumni, the old school alumni, the boy, they were hot.
I can imagine,
not
man.
like that.
I can imagine.
Yeah, including my parents and others. Yeah, they said no, and he's not a bad guy, but you have to watch what you say.
Yeah, you have to watch what you say. It's all about building men, and we down here in Daytona know that also well because we've experienced that ourselves. It wasn't a fight; it was just comments that now it's been years past, and you still don't have that job that you want because of some comments
Yep.
And unfortunately, in this world today that we live in, those things count. It's with the cancel culture and things that nature. It's unfortunate that you want to say exactly how you feel and what you mean. And we understand as a coach, you got that dog in you, and that dog says, "Man,
And I just saw the guy you just interviewed, number 11. That young man held his own. That young man held his own, and I'm not condoning.
Yeah.
We understand.
But he had to. But I was listening to him just speaking, and I said, "Tell is a great young man."
He is.
And also, I wish if the team had stayed around, I wish I could have got a chance to meet your coach.
Coach Woody.
I know Mickey Jones. I would have been happy to go up to introduce myself to Coach Woody.
We'll get you in contact with him, Chuck. We'll get you in contact with him, and hopefully next week we might get a word from him. Next week, so and I know it's nothing like being in person. So,
and you know what? I think your coach and Tremaine Jackson, Mickey Joseph, and I think those are going to be the names coming up. They're automatically going to say T.C. Taylor and Eddie Robinson Jr. But I think your coach and the others, I think they're going to come up for SWAC Coach of the Year. I truly believe his name, Tremaine Jackson and Mickey Joseph, because I'm looking at the improvements that have been made with the programs, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Definitely so. Yeah, definitely so. So, yeah, we look forward to seeing it, man, and congratulations. Tell your parents congratulations on the win Saturday, and we'll see them when they come down to Daytona next year. So.
Yeah, and I tried to get in touch with I didn't know if you all had made it. You know what happened when I got into the stadium? I walked over to the visit. It wasn't that many Bethune-Cookman people in there in the stadium. But I was looking around trying to see if any of you all had made it into the stadium, and I didn't see any.
Yeah,
Jerry.
My flight got canceled on Friday due to the whole government 10% thing where they had to shut it down. But I was headed there, Chuck, and so we did a watch party here in Daytona.
Yeah, I see Daryl Mateel and Tony Triello.
Yeah,
Mike. They made the cat eye.
Right. Man, I tell you, it was it was special, man. It was special, and I always like making that trip to come have some great New Orleans cuisine as we do the show at basically at a New Orleans restaurant.
I'm not even from down there. I'm a Louisiana Yankee. I'm at the top of the state. I'm close to Arkansas.
Oh, got you right. You said that, Chuck. And it's Miss Emma says, "Thank God you apologize, because if you didn't, she was going to pull the plug out so we wouldn't have been able to complete this call.
So you know what? I was talking to the guy next to me is from Baton Rouge. He and I were just talking, and all of a sudden we heard all it got
The
noise
commotion,
because
yeah.
they took me. He came out of the rescue. He thought it was the band. Some of the band was going because they had just gotten off the field.
Right.
And they had the guys of the band up, the band directors and band personnel, had to get them out the way of what was going on to keep them from getting hurt.
Wow.
And I was talking to this guy from Baton Rouge. He's a graduate of Grambling. He and his brother always come up for the games. They don't miss many Grambling games. They come up from Baton Rouge, and I was talking to him and people just talking, and we happened to start looking, and I heard all the noise, and then I heard someone, hey man, they happened to look over to the right, and boy, I could see all the helmets. It was all the colors mixed in it. I said, wait a minute, people fighting.
It was crazy because, a lot of people are looking at that stadium and they were like, there's nobody there. But what a lot of people don't realize, you were only seeing half of the stands.
Yeah.
Because the way Grambling is built, you come in from the top. And there's a whole other section that you could not see outside of the camera view. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that stadium open back
No,
then.
there wasn't that many people, but
You can say it any way you want, but
now Ralph was crazy enough. Hey, Chuck, Ralph was crazy enough to take me down to the bottom of that stadium one of the last few times we were there. All the rest of our people sat up top, but
and no railing.
That's
in
a long ways down.
Oh man, I tell you.
And they've been pushing. There have been some people saying, "Hey, look, we need some railing in the stadium." That stadium was built in opened in 1983, and
they need it.
Yeah,
I think we need some in ours too.
Yeah, because you have senior citizens. That's who the season ticket holders are at my folks and others, and they've been pushing for that. And because they've had some falls in it. It happened. People going and
I can believe that though.
Yeah.
And you see what happened. You see how it's laid out a configuration coming out of the support facilities. It's kind of like like Michigan Stadium where the University of Michigan plays. You have only one side going into the going onto the field and leaving, and therein lies a problem.
And you're meeting, like when you come down that hill, you're walking into their sideline. If you don't make that immediate right,
Yeah, and you have some problems there because you have to have an agreement there because that happened. I'm gonna tell you that happened back in the early 2000s when Doug Williams was coaching there. It happened. They were trying to give an agreement, telling when they played Jackson State. Guy was there, the offense coordinator. He was telling the Jackson State team. Doug would tell the Jackson State players, that the inflated tiger, not to let them know not to go to that inflated tiger. And all of a sudden, this one guy, one of the Jackson State coaches decided he gonna show his behind.
Oh
boy. And boy, he had me. And this guy's from Baton Rouge. By the way, he's a high school coach now. He's former quarterback at Jackson State. He decided to take a swing at Doug. He told me, I'll run through him. I say he would have me. He would stop. He's gonna try to take a swing at Doug. Crazy. Anyway, Doug he took a swing at Doug, popped him big time.
Hey, that's how it goes, bro. Some of these dudes ain't gonna play no games, boy. I don't care who you are.
Doug sat there and popped. Doug crazy.
Already.
Big old strong quarterback.
Right.
They're both the same height. They're both of them the same height, former quarterback, but Doug crazy as all get out.
Wow.
I know it.
For sure he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Chuck, thanks for calling in, man. Like I say, tell your parents congratulations, and we'll catch them on the flip side next year. And,
all right, you three. You all take care.
Hey,
right,
thanks a lot, Chuck, man. Hail Wildcats to you,
Wildcats.
man. And good luck this weekend.
Hail Wildcats to you. And like I said, and I'm I wish the best for Bethune-Cookman and Grambling because
thank you, man.
These are the people, and think about it, two great institutions there. And I was happy for my mother to be able to get out because she's had some health challenges, but it was so great to get her out and about.
Definitely.
Good job.
Man, we'll talk to you next week, Chuck. God bless,
right.
man.
God bless, Chuck. Take care.
God bless you all.
Yes, sir. Good night.
You all take care. You have a great
night,
weekend.
Man.
All right.
You too. 386-287-1226. 386-287-1226. And I did get permission to, well, One of our good friends who tailgates with us and comes to the watch parties and everything says the Daytona caller needs to apologize. So I don't.
Who was a Daytona caller?
Anika Brayherd.
Oh, okay.
Miss Grambling.
Miss Grambling, yes.
So 386-287-1226. 386-287-1226. Wildcat fans, we still need you. We still got 2 more games to go.
2 big ones.
Yeah, our Wildcats are still fighting. You can't get down on them. Yes, Saturday was disappointing. Saturday was disappointing because that was one of the games that we felt we got to win out.
Yeah, we should have won that.
You got to win out. Yeah. You could come back this week, win this one, and you almost forget about last weekend. But we got to believe. You got to believe. We got to believe that our coaching staff will do what they need to do to put it together. And on cue, caller, you're on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. If you say anything we don't like, we reserve the right to disconnect the phone.
Oh, my goodness.
How are you this evening, ma'am?
I'm well. I don't understand what I need to apologize for. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, you called into the show.
Okay. Well, y'all can block me. I'm just saying.
We're not going to block you. We're not going to block you yet.
No, but I'm trying to figure out what I need to apologize. You talking about last week?
Oh, that's. We just, we were asked. Someone on the comment section says the Daytona caller needs to apologize. So we're just reading off what we.
Oh, well, I don't think I have anything to apologize.
She's arrogant, huh?
No,
go ahead,
arrogant.
Anika. You know how we do.
I just talk football.
Oh,
but,
you talk football, but you're not talking Wildcat football?
I watch the show.
Go ahead.
I watch y'all show religiously. And when we were having home games, I came to say hello and all of that. But
I need to ask Larry. I'll ask Larry because Ralph can be kind of hardcore. I'll ask Larry. Is that a good enough excuse because she stopped by?
Well, she's always been very pleasant, when she stops by,
right.
and
because Larry says so.
Well,
we'll let it slide. No, Anika, we love you, and we.
Well, I will say I did not watch the game Saturday, because I just didn't want to know who was doing what. Okay, honestly, but after the game, I got a phone call from a Wildcat, and
they use good language with you, right? When they call you.
Well, no, no.
I'm sorry. We're sorry that they didn't use the best of language.
That's fine. And the person said, "These engines up here are ghetto." So I said, "Well, I see." I just said, I see we got the W. That's all I said. Not even knowing what had gone on.
Right.
But then I watched it later. And as a Grambling Knight, I am totally just, we feel what our coach did.
Right.
Honestly, I'm not feeling it, and a lot of alumni is not feeling it.
Right.
But
we're all in the same boat. Yeah, we're all in the same boat. We want to see a good football game. If you win,
right? And I watched the game. Of course, I had to watch it in the the highlights of the game.
Right.
But that's not who.
Yeah.
I'm an Eddie Robinson kid.
That's not who Grambling is, right? That's not who Grambling is, and and it's not who Bethune-Cookman is. Like we say,
right.
Winning the game, somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose the game, and that's just how it goes. But when you have the extracurricular things that take away from that, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth that we know that we have plenty other things in this world that we have to fight against, and at that point in time, that's when we should truly come together
Yeah.
and not, you know,
Mhm.
participate in any of that. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because the first person I called was my cousin, and you all may not know, but Doug and my father are first cousins. Doug Williams
Okay.
and my dad.
Okay.
And so I got him, and he was like, at the time he had not seen it either. But I mean, we was just like, what is going on? But I mean, I can say this because he's our coach. I can say what I want to say about my coach. He a little ignorant, and and this it's evident. But looking at the whatever they're wanting, I don't quite know what the deal is up there. I'm not there no more like that. But
Right.
I understand he has a kicker in his contract if he wins 8 games. So
Gotcha.
it's a lot, whatever riding. And I understand because I'm an educator and I'm passionate about my kids too, but I just don't go off the cliff.
Right.
So, but I just think that's his personality.
Yeah.
And, we got to, it's my hope that, we go ahead and finish strong. Bethune-Cookman, I hope they finish strong. I don't have a problem with, Bethune-Cookman. I mean, I was raised on the campus.
Right.
So.
Right.
But it was a little interesting all week, just listening to this stuff. So I'm just going into Saturday. We got to go to the reservation. Cookman got to go into the vet.
Yes.
And we just got to continue to play football.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
that's all that I have to say. And I don't, I don't know what I'm supposed to apologize for, and I can't apologize for anything I don't know. But
we'll just
I'm
say
a Grambling Knight.
Yes.
I'm a Grambling Knight to the, earn 2 degrees from them. So I mean, hey,
you got to
it
cheer
is
for
what
your
it is,
team, and you got to pull
continue to play ball.
for where your money went. So we totally understand. Us here at the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Club want to say congratulations on the win, and we hope you have a great rest of the season. And thank you for all you do to support
We don't
us.
have no easy road because when we
No.
get to New Orleans, it don't matter. They don't care nothing about no record. So
Right.
that's going to be interesting.
Right,
So.
definitely.
But I'll be there to support the Wildcats
Definitely.
in Orlando, like I always am. I'm always there.
We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate
And
it.
I always wear my Grambling attire. So
Smart for the
maybe you
cause.
might want to back off of that Grambling tie this year.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you just wear
But,
black and gold without Grambling emblems on.
Well, all my black and gold got the G on it. It
Okay,
has the
well,
G
we'll
on
get
it.
you
I'm
some. I
sorry.
know you got something maroon and gold. So
Actually, I don't. I haven't had maroon
okay,
and gold
well,
since
we'll
I was
get
a teenager.
some.
But,
Miss Emma,
yeah.
let's hook her
Okay.
up.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
Thank you all.
Hey, thank
let me
you.
get
Have a
off the
good
phone
night.
So they unplugged me.
Take
Okay,
care.
then.
Hail Wildcats.
All
Good
right.
night.
Have a good one.
You too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an excellent point there. I was looking through the record book. In 1998, Bethune-Cookman, under the coaching of Larry Little, played Grambling in Jacksonville in the Gateway Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a wonderful football game. First time we had played in years. I'm talking about back in the 50s. And the game went right down to the wire. Grambling won it 17-16. Bethune had a chance at the very end to win the game deep in Grambling territory. We came up a little short. Had about 10,000 people at the game. But I remember at the end of the game, after the game was over, some of the kids, you always need a cool down period. And some of the kids were woofing and stuff. And Coach Rob and Larry Little greeted out on the field. And one of the Grambling and Cookman kids were about to get into something. Coach Rob went over there and grabbed both of them. And I happened to have been down on the field, so I was right near it. I could hear what Coach Rob was saying, and he said, "You guys are better than that. Don't mess up a great football game."
Right.
And I you're talking about one of the legends of the game, Coach Rob.
Right.
And Larry Lou was echoing the same thing. It was a wonderful game, like I said, but we came up a little short in that one. And I've always followed Coach Rob. I was there when he broke the record against Florida A&M. That night I drove over from Jacksonville to Tallahassee. And Coach Gaither was not coaching then, but he was the first person on the field to greet Eddie Robb. So when you start looking at the blue bloods of the game and the great coaches you're fortunate enough to see in person and live, they stood for the right way for the game to be played.
Right.
And we've seen many videos of Eddie Coach Robb talking about old Grambling and the documentaries that have been done about him and his coaching. And he was that dude. He was that kind of guy. He built that kind of program. And
he did.
So it's most unfortunate that the events that occurred Saturday unfolded. And I hope that both teams take that as a learning experience, especially Mickey Joseph, because when I first heard the press conference, immediately I thought to myself, what is this guy saying? Is he committing? Is he permitting professional suicide? And I was aware of who he was at Nebraska.
Nebraska, right?
But I just could not believe what words were being used to come out of his mouth, and particularly when he just said they were disrespected. And that's a common term that we hear used today with young people. In fact, for me, the very next morning, I'm watching TV Sunday morning, and there's this show on, like a crime show, and that was called Notorious, and they were featuring the wide receiver from Florida, Hernandez.
Aaron.
And they were talking about several events he got involved with in Gainesville where he said he felt somebody bumped at him. They thought he was being disrespectful to them. So they then went out and shot at people. So you can't say those words around young people today as an adult. I don't care what you may be feeling, Coach, but you can't use that language. Somebody in there has to be the adult in the room. And I know they were feeling high coming off of the victory that they had gotten against Jackson, and then they won last week before our game against Alabama A&M. So they were on a roll. Get your team jacked up, but still play within the
confines
parameters
of
the
what
game.
we're doing playing football.
Right, literally, from that standpoint. So it was sad, but hopefully it's a teachable moment. In life is full of teachable moments. Never let a teaching moment pass, from that standpoint. So,
and it could, and this is not to get down on Coach Joseph, but it has a lingering effect, especially when you're in coaching.
Yeah.
It used to be where, you could snatch a player's face mask and everything. It was okay.
None of that.
When Frank Beamer did it, that was the start of the end of what you can't do. You can't,
And then we live in this world today of everything being recorded, everything being heard.
Yes.
Hot mics all over the place. So you have to be very, very careful. But when you're talking to 17, 18-year-old kids, young kids, college kids, you got to know where that line is. You got that fine line. And so for that to occur the way that it occurred, it should not have occurred at all. But with the two teams walking down, and then he says that he felt that Bethune-Cookman was being respectful because they were trying to show them up gamesmanship-wise by coming to the field later. They should have been, all of them should have been out of the locker room and should have been on the field. Well, I mean that you control your guys.
Well, and the thing about that, all of his guys weren't out there because
I know that
90% of his team was already out on the field getting ready to warm up, and you still had guys in black and gold walking back.
But
there.
that's what made his statement so out of touch.
And then you get in the locker room, and then somebody from Grambling had to be in that locker room to record the video that says, you guys whooped there, and I mean,
literally.
And you have to be so cognizant of that.
The other statement, disrespect will be met with disrespect. Come on, now you
sounded
just
just like sounded like a Crip.
Literally, what are you talking about, dude? I mean, even like Cam Newton came up and said that's a fireable offense for just what you said.
You have to watch that because not only are you a coach and have been at the higher levels, but you have brothers to Joseph Brothers, who are coaches in the league and things of that nature. And that's a ripple effect that, even though they didn't say it.
Well, we'll see how much is learned from this, because I can promise you this. He has a very short leash right now.
Yeah.
He really does.
Yeah.
And part of that is he created that for himself, So hopefully we wish the best for him and Grambling in general,
Yes,
and
definitely.
And certainly, we know our guys, and we don't want to see that happen with us either.
Right,
So
right.
let's take this, and all of us walk away from this and hope that it doesn't happen. But it's interesting. The PWI fight didn't get the coverage that ours got.
No.
We're all over everywhere.
Right.
But I don't think that we could ever compare ourselves to somebody else. We have to compare ourselves to us.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, for us, it was disrespectful.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't care what the PWI is.
Well,
really.
I'm with you with that, Ralph, because I think when I talked with the team at the beginning of the year when they asked me to come, I told them about the fact that you're not only playing for yourself, you're playing for Bethune-Cookman and that great woman that founded this institution.
Right.
Exactly.
So you represent a whole lot more than just your family, your yourself. You're playing for something much bigger than that, and there's a right way and a wrong way to represent. Bethune-Cookman is a quality school, like there are many others, but the founder stood on business. She stood for principles. And so we have to teach that. And we got to realize kids today, they go to Cookman and many other schools. They have no idea where they really are. They don't know the history.
No.
And they need to, that's a teachable moment. They need to understand that, because what have I been saying all along? It's the same thing with football as in life. Until you learn to control EI, emotional intelligence, it will determine how far you're going to go in life.
That's a lot truer than people really think.
Absolutely.
That's a lot truer than
and
what
we
people
struggle
think.
as a society with that, because people get caught up in their feelings.
Exactly. And every time you get caught up in your feelings, people get hurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, we will not call any names or what have you, but for those fans wondering, we will have, of course, we have 9 players suspended, 4 for half, 5 for the full game. Right. So that's what we'll have.
So let me ask you this, though. Out of the 19 players that were suspended at Grambling, is any of those guys losing the whole game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of them are losing 2 games.
Losing 2, right. Yeah.
Because of
more, yeah. I mean, yeah.
That much more egregious.
But I think you got to pay for what your actions.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to spend 4 years in college, I think you got to make it worth your time.
Yeah.
I think you got to come out better than you came in, because that's the whole purpose.
Definitely.
That's the whole purpose. So I think what happened on Saturday is a lesson to both sides, actually.
Well, Ralph, we play this game, then we play the game of the year, the classic. But I go back to my freshman year at Bethune-Cookman, and you were there as well. The fight that broke out at Welch Memorial Stadium between Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman, which prompted both schools to realize that no longer could we play this game home and home, because the game had truly outgrown the venue.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was the last time Bethune played Florida A&M in Daytona Beach at Memorial Stadium. We came back 2 years later and played at the Speedway. And then in '77, we created the Florida Classic, So even with the history, we had that happen in our day. Now, the fight was started by, it wasn't started so much by the 2 teams. It was the city that got involved.
Right.
Because there was not enough people to get in the game, and people started throwing aluminum chairs, and all this kind of stuff that they had around.
That was always a problem.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
What, about 5,000 people?
Yeah, it was, and it was more than that, because they were all around the track and everything. But the players themselves, they didn't. It wasn't a melee in that regard with the players fighting. But then
Right.
also we didn't have social media, so we a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff wasn't captured. You
Right.
know. But now everything is instantly captured.
Yeah, pretty much.
And shared.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, you do something
Before it's over.
Oh, yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Somebody's got it.
within 5 minutes. It's all over the United States.
Either if they didn't get it, somebody got it on a cell phone. They're ready to sell that.
Right.
I got everything on the camera.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. And as I said, I hope that I'm wrong, because I know both schools, Bethune and Grambling, have yet to play their rivals, which are the last games of the year for both of them. Ours is next week. Theirs is Thanksgiving Saturday, and with a national audience watching.
Right.
Both of them. So
Right.
hopefully we'll be on our all squads will be on their best behaviors.
I think so.
Guys, closing words. Ralph, we'll go with you.
Well, you know, I just hope that we recover and play a better football game on Saturday. I think we're capable of playing a better football game. I think we just got to realize the situation and take care of business. So I'm thinking that we're going to play a lot better on Saturday than what we played this past Saturday. And we really, other than the fumbles at the beginning of the game, we didn't. I mean, we
didn't play a terrible
We
game.
didn't play
Yeah.
terrible.
But yeah.
Well, we're still in the ball game and with a chance,
Right.
you know,
Right.
to win the game.
But
You
the
know,
games
by eight.
the games we should win, we got to win those games.
Yeah.
And that game we played last Saturday was a winnable game.
Very much so. Very much.
I concur, Daryl, with what Ralph just said. I think there's an awful lot of room for us to play much better. We'll see how that goes. I'm hopeful for a good showing, but more than anything else, I want to get out of this game healthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's the one that's after this game. That not that this game doesn't carry any bearing, because it does, but we know what the Florida Classic means for both fanfares, and I think if we get out of this game healthy and we get everybody back, then it's cats and rattlers,
Peas and carrots.
yeah, right, for all the marbles for Florida. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But I do expect us to play a lot better than we played last week. A lot more attention to detail. Maybe the early start even wakes us up, gets us going. You know, from that standpoint. So, wishing you guys safe travels out there,
Appreciate
Daryl,
it, man.
and heading back. And then, as you say, much like homecoming, everything for Florida Classic Week starts this week. Remember, we have Stephen A. Smith coming.
Yeah, on the 20th.
On the 20th, they'll be coming to Moore Gymnasium on Bethune-Cookman campus. So that it should create a very festive environment from that perspective. Want to call attention to something that doesn't have anything to do with Bethune-Cookman or the SWAC. Tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, a very important football game is being played on ESPN at a very odd hour. South Carolina State and North Carolina Central play at 5 p.m.
Right.
And that goes a long way in determining the MEAC, who the MEAC champion is. From that standpoint, it will be held in North Carolina Central. So you can tune in. I think it's on ESPNU, but it starts at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And I think that will lead them to the final week, and it will probably come down possibly to South Carolina State versus Delaware State.
Delaware State, right.
In Dover, the weekend of the Florida Classic.
Definitely so.
So that will be big because, you know, all of this culminates with the Celebration Bowl, the victor from the SWAC being the champion from the SWAC competing against the champion from the MEAC. And the SWAC has a championship game. The MEAC doesn't.
Right.
But they will all get together in early December in Atlanta. So important games down the stretch right now. We're reaching that period in time where the season is wrapping up, and we get these pivotal games that will determine the outcome for postseason.
Very pivotal games. Very pivotal. Well, we thank you for tuning in to the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show tonight. Thank you for our callers. Thanks to Mr. Isaiah Washington for the great interview with us tonight. And fans, if you get a chance, go and check out some of the local Florida, if you're in the Florida area, high school football games. There are quite a few young men throughout Florida who are being recruited to Bethune-Cookman. So go and check those games out if you get a chance. I know I'll be at the Rickards Lake City Columbia game tomorrow night.
Of course.
How he does all of that,
Oh,
I
gee.
have no idea.
I don't think he missed the Lake City game in 30.
Now they're gonna
30
pick, they're gonna pick you
No,
up.
I missed one. I missed the. I didn't do the first game of the season. I was at FIU game.
Now they're picking you up after the game, right?
Yeah, they'll pick me up after the
Okay,
game,
all right.
and I want to see. Maybe.
You said maybe.
I want to see some more fans on the bus with us. If you get a chance, come with us to Jackson. Our guys need us. Let's go Wildcats.org. Go on there and book your trip to Jackson. It's going to be a great trip. We're going to stay over afterwards and look forward to having you there with us. So, guys, let's go win this thing on Saturday. We want to make sure we show the Jackson folks that we are the Bethune-Cookman that belongs in the SWAC. And, we have great character. We have a great football team. And that's what we're here to show.
And a proud legacy.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. For Mr. Ralph Smith, Mr. Larry Wesley, Mr. CC, Walter, Lamar, Black, Tony, Cruz in his absence, and Mr. Jerry Bell. I'm Darold Williams. Hail Wildcats. Thank you for tuning in to the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, noon Central Standard Time, HBCU Go TV for the Bethune-Cookman versus Jackson State game. Thank you. Have a good night. God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bethune-Cookman University alma mater.